Is Phil Jackson the best NBA coach of all time? Basketball, born in the USA in the 19th century, has a captivating history marked by innovations, legendary rivalries, and unforgettable moments, which have shaped the game as we know it today. From its humble origins in American schoolyards, it has risen to become one of the world's most popular sports. It attracts millions of fans and generates boundless passion. At the heart of this epic, some outstanding figures have emerged, leaving their indelible mark on the history of the game. Among these legends, one name stands out in particular: Phil Jackson, an outstanding coach whose achievements and influence transcend generations. Born in 1945 in North Dakota, Phil Jackson was immersed in the world of basketball from an early age. A talented player, he played in the NBA for 12 seasons, winning 2 championships with the New York Knicks. But it was on the bench that he wrote his legend, becoming one of the most successful and respected coaches in history. His revolutionary playing philosophy based on movement, teamwork, and game intelligence transformed basketball and inspired many of the coaches who succeeded him. Nicknamed the Zen Master for his calm and wisdom, Phil Jackson created a unique dynamic within his teams, fostering the individual development of his players and collective cohesion. He holds an impressive list of 11 NBA championship titles. He led 2 iconic teams, including the Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Lakers, with legendary stars such as Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kobe Bryant, taking them to unparalleled heights. But beyond the numbers and trophies, Phil Jackson left a much deeper legacy. He demonstrated that leadership and strategy could coexist with empathy and understanding of players. He proved that success was not just a matter of individual talent, but also of teamwork, communication, and trust. Phil Jackson is much more than just a basketball coach. He is a mentor, a visionary, a legend who has forever marked the history of the sport. His influence continues to inspire generations of players and coaches who aspire to excellence on and off the court. Discover Phil Jackson's extraordinary career and his revolutionary playing philosophy to understand how he became the best NBA coach of all time. Phil Jackson, born Philip Douglas Jackson, is a former basketball player, coach, and general manager. His parents, Charles and Elizabeth Funk Jackson, were both ministers in the Assemblies of God. He and his 2 brothers and half-sister grew up in an austere environment where no dancing or television was allowed, so Jackson went to a dance for his very first time at the University of Dakota, where he attended graduate school. He began his professional career as a strong wing basketball player. When did he begin this career, and how did it unfold? Phil Jackson began his playing career at the University of North Dakota in 1963, where he played for the Fighting Sioux, distinguishing himself as a versatile and effective player. He finished his college career with averages of 18.2 points and 12.5 rebounds per game, and was twice voted to the All-America Conference. He then joined the New York Knicks in the 1967 NBA Draft, where he was selected in the 2nd round at number 17. He played alongside such legends as Willis Reed and Walt Frazier. After his stint with the Knicks, Phil Jackson played for 2 other teams, including the Chicago Bulls and the New Jersey Nets. In all, he spent 12 seasons, retiring in 1980. As a player, he accumulated a total of 12,164 points and 5,998 rebounds. He was also twice selected for the All-Star Game and won 2 NBA championship titles. He certainly didn't shine too brightly as a player, but he was an important part of his teams, known for his game intelligence, solid defense, and reliable mid-range shooting. And this career laid the foundations for his future success. The experience he gained enabled him to develop his understanding of the game, his leadership, and his ability to motivate his teammates. These qualities were essential in his rise to the status of greatest coach in basketball history. Let's talk about Phil Jackson's coaching career. Phil Jackson's playing career gave him a wealth of experience that enabled him to understand the nuts and bolts of management. So, after his retirement as a player, he entered the field of coaching. He has coached two legendary teams in NBA history, namely the Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Chicago Bulls, 1989 to 1998. Phil Jackson actually joined the Chicago Bulls in 1987 as an assistant coach. At that time, he worked alongside head coach Doe Collins. It wasn't until 1989, after Collins' departure, that Jackson took over as head coach. Indeed, the main reason for Collins' dismissal was philosophical differences with Bulls management, in particular general manager Jerry Krause. The disagreements centered on style of play, player management, and overall team vision. His direct and unpleasant communication style sometimes created tension within the team and management. Moreover, during the 4 seasons under Doe Collins, the Chicago Bulls failed to win an NBA title. Phil Jackson, on the other hand, was known for his calm, intelligent approach to the game and ability to build positive relationships with players. His philosophy advocated a more movement and team-oriented style of play, and his vision was more in tune with Krause's for the team's future. That's why he was chosen to replace Doe Collins. As coach of the Chicago Bulls, Phil Jackson played an essential role, as his coaching system enabled the Bulls to optimize and maximize the talents of players such as Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman. Under his leadership, the Chicago Bulls enjoyed extraordinary success, winning 6 NBA championships between 1991 and 1998. His talent and legendary coaching system enabled the Bulls to win even the toughest games. His ability to lift this team out of the water even when no one believed in it anymore was simply incredible. Such was the case, for example, in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Indiana Pacers on June 25, 1998 in Chicago. Trailing 3-2 in the series, the Bulls were on the brink of elimination. The pressure was on them, and they absolutely had to win this game to avoid a humiliating elimination at home and hope to continue their road to the NBA title. And that's where Jackson majestically stepped in, making strategic adjustments. In particular, he asked his players to prioritize passing and movement without the ball in order to unbalance the opposing defense and create shooting opportunities. He also galvanized them, instilling the confidence needed to rise to the challenge. With just seconds remaining, Michael Jordan pulled off a legendary individual move, dribbling past Reggie Miller to score the winning shot and give the Bulls their 6th title. The match became one of the most memorable in franchise history, perfectly illustrating Phil Jackson's impact on the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls achieved 2 three-peats, the first between 1991 and 1993, and the second between 1996 and 1998. These successes were made possible by the combination of the triangle attack, Jordan's leadership, and Pippen's versatility. At the end of the 1995-1996 season, he was named Coach of the Year for leading the Bulls to a 72-10 record, the best in history at the time. The Los Angeles Lakers, from 1999 to 2011. Before the arrival of Phil Jackson, the Los Angeles Lakers were a very talented team, but they were beset by a number of problems. The team hadn't won an NBA title since 1991 and was struggling to find cohesion and identity on the court. It lacked a strong leader and a team culture, as the coach at the time, Del Harris, favored an overly individualistic style of play. There was a lot of tension between players like Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, who were very talented but with very strong and very different personalities. It was difficult for the coaching staff to motivate them to play together, and this was detrimental to the team's collective performance. And when Jackson arrived in 1999, he immediately instilled a rigorous work culture and unwavering discipline. He emphasized the importance of the collective and individual sacrifice for the good of the team. He introduced an attacking system based on the attacking triangle. This system enabled the team to maximize the talent of its players and become one of the most prolific in the NBA. He played an important role in the development of Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, instilling discipline and pushing them to excel both individually and collectively. He pushed them to focus on a common goal, winning, and helped them become two of the NBA's best players. He transformed the Lakers into a team of legends, combining success on the court with spiritual wisdom. This enabled them to dominate the league thanks to a blend of individual talent, team cohesion, and game strategy. In his very first season in Los Angeles, the Lakers posted an impressive 67-15 regular season record, topping the league. They went on to win a total of 5 titles, including a three-peat from 2000 to 2002. All in all, Jackson's impact on the franchise remains etched in NBA history. What was Phil Jackson's coaching strategy? Phil began his coaching career with the introduction of coaching strategies such as the triangle offense, an offensive system developed by Tex Winter. This offensive approach emphasizes ball movement, reading defenses, collaboration between players, and the creation of shooting opportunities. It was precisely this strategy that he recommended to his Bulls players in the 1998 final against the Indiana Pacers, mentioned above. He also used this approach in Game 5 of the Los Angeles Lakers Conference semifinals against the Sacramento Kings, when the Lakers were trailing 3-1 in the series. Seconds before the final whistle, Shaquille O'Neal grabbed a crucial rebound after a missed Kings shot to give the Lakers a miraculous victory. And it was Phil Jackson's coaching strategy that made this victory possible. He knew how to motivate them and get them to play together harmoniously. This enabled iconic players such as Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal to maximize their offensive potential. These players have thrived thanks to this approach. Their combined performances were crucial to the success of both teams. Phil Jackson also adopted a holistic approach to training, inspired by Eastern philosophy. He saw players not just as athletes, but as complete individuals with mental, emotional, and spiritual dimensions. This approach included meditation, mindfulness, and stress management. Jackson encouraged his players to balance mind and body, cultivate concentration, and stay present in the moment. Because of this holistic approach and his connection with Eastern philosophy, Phil Jackson was nicknamed the Zen Master. This title reflects his quest for harmony, wisdom, and a deep understanding of play and life. The Zen Master used principles such as patience, compassion, and non-attachment to guide his teams to success. His ability to inspire and motivate players goes beyond statistics and game tactics. Jackson retired from coaching in 2011. In 2014, he was recruited by the New York Knicks and appointed head coach of the team. However, he was removed from this position on June 28, 2017. Let's talk about the difficulties this legend encountered during his career. Although Phil Jackson enjoyed an exceptional career in the NBA, he was not spared challenges and difficulties. He endured a series of hardships throughout his coaching career, right up to his retirement. Indeed, working with superstars with personalities sometimes filled with ego was not without its difficulties. He had to be able to handle strong personalities like Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. From the first day of training camp, the Lakers were beset by distractions. This created enormous pressure on Phil, who feared he wouldn't live up to his employer's high expectations. He even had to take a break during the 2004-2005 season. Some sources indicate that this was probably to appease the endless conflicts with Kobe Bryant, who was a real headache. But beyond all this, Phil Jackson was obliged to find a balance between strong personalities and individual ambitions to create a cohesive and successful team. One of the most glaring examples of the tension between O'Neal and Bryant occurred during the 2000 season. After the Lakers lost to the Sacramento Kings, O'Neal and Bryant had a violent argument in the limousine on their way back to the hotel. The argument was so intense that their teammates had to intervene to separate them. Faced with this explosive situation, Phil Jackson kept his cool and showed exemplary leadership. He met with them individually to understand the reasons for their anger, and then organized a meeting with all the players to allow them to openly express their frustrations and find common ground. The meeting was an opportunity for O'Neal and Bryant to talk directly to each other and resolve their differences. Jackson reminded his players that the main objective was to win the NBA title. He asked them to put aside their personal differences and focus on teamwork and collective success. In addition, Jackson experienced health-related difficulties, including back pain and hip concerns, which sometimes affected his ability to be on the bench during games. Moreover, the moment of retirement as a coach after such an exceptional career was not at all easy for Phil, as he had to manage fan expectations, nostalgia, and the desire to leave a lasting legacy in the world of basketball. What about this NBA management mogul's records? Legendary coach Phil Jackson has received numerous accolades during his exceptional NBA coaching career. As coach of the Bulls and Lakers, he won an impressive record of 11 NBA championship titles, including 3 three-peats in all. Phil Jackson also racked up 229 playoff victories during his coaching career. He also holds an exceptional record of 13 NBA championship titles during his coaching career. This means that his teams dominated their respective conferences to qualify for the NBA Finals. These records include his successes with the Chicago Bulls and Los Angeles Lakers. It's a remarkable feat that testifies to his mastery of the game and his ability to motivate his players at crucial moments. He instilled in his teams the ability to perform under pressure and harness the talent of his players to win titles. He is undeniably one of the most successful coaches in NBA history. In short, Phil Jackson has left an indelible mark on the history of the Bulls, the Lakers in particular, and the NBA in general. His innovative methods, his deep understanding of the game, his ability to motivate his players, and to get them to give 100% of their all contributed to the legendary rise of the teams he coached. His leadership, his understanding of the game, and his ability to manage strong personalities all contributed to these memorable successes. His exceptional record in terms of titles or championships won, in terms of playoff victories or NBA conference victories, has made him the most successful NBA coach of all time. All these elements put together amply justify his merit of the title of best NBA coach of all time. During his 20 seasons as a coach, he experienced very few failures. This is a testament to his consistency and ability to maintain excellence over the long term. He remains a role model for coaches the world over. Would you agree? If not, who do you think is the best basketball coach of all time? We'd be delighted to hear from you in the comments section.
If you liked the video, please subscribe, like and share it, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you soon on Mazel Media, information at the heart of the world.